So pretty much what I'm going to do throughout the rest of this series is come up with some more examples. So I'm going to try and get as many examples in front of you so that you can take it and run with it. So let's try another one. Let's do media screen, and this is another way to kind of gauge the size or shape, for that matter, of the viewport. The orientation, and we can pick landscape or portrait. And let's do portrait and curly brackets, and save that, and come back over here and we'll bring our page out. So right now, at this point, we're in landscape. So this isn't built based on any width, or not any specific width. So our 500 pixels is going to be 500 pixels, no matter what screen we're on. Now the resolution may be different, but anyways, it's still at the finite unit. Doing portrait and landscape, this really depends on a few things. Depends on what the height is already. Now on a tablet or a phone, most times it's going to depend on whether the phone has been flipped or not. So this helps you kind of relay out the page. If the phone is flipped sideways, you get a lot more real estate on the width end, so you can make things bigger and spread them out. Whereas in portrait mode, you might want to stack things. But on the desktop, it's a little trickier because it could depend. Because right now, depending on what our height was, we could be in portrait mode here with 1732 pixel width. However, our monitor is not that tall, but as we keep going in here, once we've hit that portrait mode, see, now we're in portrait. So around this area here, which actually probably would have been further out here, but once we hit that portrait mode, something's going to change. So let's change something. Let's say, since portrait would maybe be on phone, we want everything to stack. So let's do example div, and we're going to change the width to 100%. As you see here in our base, we've got those hard-coded to 220 pixels. So this should go through and stack all divs within the example div. So all the child divs. Let's save that. Hop back over to our page and we'll pull this out just a little bit so we're still in landscape. So let's refresh and take a look here. So as we pull in here, we're going to start to get close to portrait mode, and boom, there you go. See, everything's spanning across 100% now. And this might be something you'd want on a mobile phone or something like that, so the items stack instead of get smushed or whatever. And now maybe you want to put some spacing in between each one of these when they hit this level. Maybe we kill the default margin on the page here that the body gives by default. So let's hop over back here and in our rule here, the body and margin 0 pixels. However, our divs, we want to, let's turn off the float, none, and margin, we'll give a 5 pixel, 0 pixel. So that'd be 5 on top, 5 on bottom, 0 on the right and left. Let's save that and let's take a look. There you go. Now we're going full way across. So this would span your whole phone, but we've given some spacing in between each block here. And while we're looking at it here, I see something. This is partially because of my viewport finder here, or monitor. But, I want this title to be handled differently. I'd like the smaller, the digital craft, to maybe bump down a line. So let's take a look at that. So we have in our header here, we have an H1 tag and then a small tag inside of it. That's my digital craft line there. Let's see if we can target that and turn that into a block level element, whereas by default, the small tag is inline. And let's see. Header, H1, small, display, block. Let's give that a whirl. There you go. And maybe I want that to be a little smaller when we get to that point. Refresh. There you go. Maybe a little too small. But you can see what I'm doing here. I'm reconfiguring how this is going to look once we get to this point.